We are yet to find out. That will be on December 7. Let's turn to our next region now, and the Greater Accra region, which has been a major bed of activity politically for both political parties. It is also a decider, and across the years, any party that wins the majority vote in Greater Accra actually becomes the government of the day. And as it stands now, in 2012, NDC won majority vote in Greater Accra. So they currently are the government in power, and they have a total of 4,760 polling stations. Our next region we are giving to you this afternoon is another very interesting region, the Volta region, and that has been termed as the World Bank, political World Bank of the governing National Democratic Congress, and they have 2,494 polling stations, and that is what would be our focus, especially from the 5th, 6th, 7th of December when voting activity intensifies. So that's the Volta region for you. Let's turn our attention to another region right now, Eastern, where the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party comes from, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He has been there twice. The NDC has been there twice. The chief of staff has been there twice, because he also comes from that region. Because they want to. It is also a region that doesn't swing in any particular direction. You know, once in a while it goes for the NDC or could go for the NPP. But it is an interesting region to look out for, and as it stands now, they have some 3,235 polling stations. I beg your pardon. Ashanti region, technically called the political World Bank of the New Patriotic Party. The flag bearer of the NDC, that's John Dramani Mahama, has been there twice himself. His chief of staff has been there. Vice President Mr. Arthur has been there, because the NDC wants to show up a lot of votes in the Ashanti region, because that is where the NPP has its majority votes almost every electioneering year. They have 5,182 polling stations. The NPP, on the other hand, has gone to specific constituencies like Asawase, which has voted predominantly for the NDC, because the NPP wants to instill or make sure that its footprint in that region is pretty strong. So they also want to ensure that voters there do not get swayed by the NDC. So it's turning out pretty interesting, the number of times the flag bearers have visited some of these regions, and we are keeping an eye on it for you. The Bono region doesn't seem to make a lot of noise, but you would recall that in 2008, the decider constituency of which party won the election was in the Bono region, and that is a Tyne constituency. It is one of the constituencies that we are also keeping an eye on, focusing our lenses there to see how their voting pattern will turn this year around. And it is 2,985 constituencies in the Bono 58 constituencies in the Bono region now. To the northern part of the country, the northern region predominantly voting the NDC, but then the NPP's vice presidential candidate, Dr. Baumia, has been there severally trying to ensure that voters get to understand the policies of the NPP and vote for them. But the NDC says that is not going to happen. Also an interesting region to look out for. They have 2,676 polling stations. And from the northern region, let's probably, the Upper West, the Upper East, I beg your pardon, Upper East. Upper East has 1,222 polling stations, and the total voter turnout there relatively has been not too encouraging. But this time around, looking at the political activities that has gone on there, it is likely that they are going to come out in their numbers to vote. And just a quick reminder that the flag bearer of the New Patriot candidate of the NDC is also there as we speak, and I will be touching base with our reporters who are following these two candidates to let us know what their messages are as they tour those parts of the country. To another region now, the Upper West, which is the twin brother of the Upper East region, and they seem to have the smallest number of voter polling stations, I beg your pardon. They have just about 978 polling stations. Not a lot of activity goes on in that place, but it is very likely that if they should come out in their numbers to vote, it is going to also decide the fate of whoever becomes the next president or forms the next government going into 2017. This is still TV3, your election command center. What we keep reminding you of is the fact that we have eyes, ears across the country, and we'll keep you posted on every electoral development. And as it stands now, the Electoral Commission has confirmed that 15 million people and over have registered, and they have been confirmed registered participants for this year's election. if it's likely not all of them will turn out to vote, but it's likely that the numbers of those who turn out to vote might be in very good excess numbers. So stay with us, and in our subsequent bulletins, we'll bring you a breakdown of all the other regions.